I made it cross-country skiing. It's snowing in Upper Michigan. Waiting for my dad to come down the hill. What a beautiful, beautiful setting.
You just about went down there. Oh, well, it's all right.
Okay, well, I think he still has to buy me dinner. We're counting falls, so.
Yeah, I might be in trouble on that.
Hello, it's Julie from our next trail. We are headed to Upper Michigan to do some cross-country skiing. Dad, when's the last time you've been cross-country skiing?
Oh, it's been 30 years or better. There's one thing I like to say here, though, but I'm in pretty good shape. But I'm not sure about Julie, what kind of shape she's in, but we'll see.
I think we have a competition going of who's going to fall down the most. Dad thinks that's going to be an issue. I don't think I'm going to fall down at all. But the person...
Someone ought to take a movie of this.
I love new adventures, and if you do too, or you'd like to see how we survived cross-country skiing, stick around. First stop was a lesson from Alan Huff here at Forbush Corner. You can check out their website for the cost of skiing and lessons, but I can tell you, for 2 days of skiing for 2 people and private lessons, it only cost us $173. Back to the lesson.
I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. Now put your toe there and we'll go over. A little bit farther forward. Right there. Push the toe down. Yeah. What we have on is we have one big shoe on one foot right now, and eventually we're going to end up having 2 big feet on. And one of the things that we'll end up doing is we can walk sideways by moving a little bit.
Okay.
Every time we end up taking our skis like this, and we're going to go that we use for slowing down, going down a hill. And there's a time where we put them in a letter V shape for walking up a hill a little bit differently.
V for walking up.
For V for going up. We're in our position right here. Put your poles out there. Push down real hard. What happens?
Nothing.
Okay. Put them back behind your heels.
Okay.
Push down real hard.
Yeah, you move.
Yep. Okay. So we're just going to keep doing that a little bit.
Hey, that's 1 to 0.
Okay. What happens is when we fall, we want to lay on our back. Put our skis up in the air and set them down to our side like this. So just like you're walking, just drag the poles. Don't even hold on to the poles, just drag them. Okay, herringbone up a hill, and so what we're going to do is the tips of our skis are apart like a duck.
Oh, apart. Okay. Got it.
A little bit together, and I'm just going to walk up the hill like this. There you go. Little push. Excellent. Oh!
Okay, I'm on one.
The camera is still running.
It's running.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do you need to do to get up?
Okay.
Hold this with it. Yeah, take the poles off for a second.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do a dead bug.
Okay.
Get on your back, swings up in the air. Turn your skis so they're pointing across the hill, like this. And then if you grab a ski, I'm going to just kind of try to get on my knees.
You got your skis too close together.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you're on your knees and then kind of stand up. Excellent. Yay, victorious.
Okay.
Pick the feet up a little bit. There you go.
So when you're going down the hill, you don't really need your poles to take you because the gravity's going to take you.
Yeah, the gravity's taking.
Before we knew it, our lessons were over and it was time for a break to learn a little bit about the history of this place. There was a guy who was passionate about this type of skiing and had this land, or how's that work?
Dave Forbush back in the 1980s was passionate about cross-country skiing, and this was his family farm up here, and decided to end up making it into a cross-country ski area. And his goals was to have some of the best possible ski trails in the area. And at that time, you know, he bought top quality grooming equipment and got some good people up here. And when he passed away, you know, a few years ago, he left it to 5 people that turned it into a nonprofit, and they've been able to maintain and even make it better and better.
Okay. Well, you've been an excellent coach and teacher for us. Appreciate that. Yeah.
It's kind of a hidden secret, and there is an investment there where, you know, one does want more people to come up, you know, so the prices can stay down and still have.
After a rest and a great story, it was time for us to take off on our own. Good job.
Your weight was on your heels. When you go down the hill, what you want to do, down low, hands forwards, weight on the balls of your feet. If you're going fast, just go for the fun ride. And just say, if you lean back on your heels, you're going to do exactly what Julie did.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to make these nice fast for you.
Dad is telling me how to do my GoPro. So we are headed to the town of Grayling, Michigan, and we are going to 10-minute drive here, and then we're going to show you where we're going to stay and a great place to eat. But we definitely deserve a good meal, and I'm going to tell you what, I won the bet. He's buying dinner. We stayed at the River Country Motor Lodge, just a 9-minute drive from Forbush Corner. What do you need?
103.46.
Okay. Well, we're staying at a very homey place, but it's had great ratings. So I want to just give you a quick tour of the room. 2 nice beds here. Bathroom. You're going to hear the fan. Come on. Plenty of towels. We got a TV. And a little kitchenette area.
Hey, we got a TV and a refrigerator.
Refrigerator, toaster. We wanted to make our own toast. See?
All right.
Feels just like home. We'll let you know what we think at, tomorrow morning.
Going right in the middle of Hallmark movie here.
We're going into Paddle Hard Brewing. They still have it decorated for Christmas, so how perfect. Chips and dips. Guac, cheese, and salsa. The chips are good, aren't they, Dad?
Warm.
I have a panini, and it's supposed to be really good. It's just a pepperoni panini, thinking of you, John, and pickles and a chip. So I think it's going to be good. It's good. Who's paying for the bill, Dad?
I am.
Why?
Because I lost.
We are packed up and ready to go for day 2. Just a word about this hotel. It's not fancy, but there's not a lot of fancy hotels in this town, but it was nice and clean and a good place to sleep. and rest. And now it's time to roll. We're looking forward to our second day skiing here at Forbush Corner. And today we're gonna hit the intermediate trails. I think we've proven that we can handle the easy. Moving up to the intermediate, we know how to fall. We've practiced that. And we know how to go downhill a little bit better. So I think we had some confidence from our teacher, Alan, yesterday. We'll see how it plays out. I think this is the roller coaster. I'm a little afraid. Dad's fallen. I don't think he was down far enough. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Worst that can happen.
Good job.
Okay, we're gonna get up this hill like we learned, right? A duck.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting for you.
When I try to do that like you do, I start going downhill. Maybe it's a weight.
Yeah, I dig the side of my ski into the snow pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I do that. I started going downhill too. I think it may be because of my amount. Oh. No, wait.
Okay, take your time. We're back on the green trail, getting back away from the intermediate to the easier. Those hills are a killer.
Now shift on your knees and come on down. Push. Both of them together and slide both together. Keep going. Keep going.
We just made a decision that we are done. It's been a good day. What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, it's been great and the weather's been good and so
Quite a
it
workout.
was a good weekend, yeah.
It sure was. It was great spending time with you and a new adventure, cross-country skiing.
Yeah.
So, hey, until next time, let our next trail,
Be your next trail.
almost, we'll try it one more time. You go, until next time, let our next trail help you find your
Okay.
next trail. Okay, ready? Until next time, let our next trail help you find
your next trail.
There we go.